Hey guys, happy Wednesday. It is hump day today, and this is my official first day off of the rest of the week. So, this is the official start of my long weekend, I guess you could say. And I apologize because you will hear noise in the background. We have guys here working. We are, of course, it's summertime, and my other half is done with his digging season. So, this is when we start construction on the house of all the projects that we line up that we want to get done in his off season. So I apologize, but there probably will be saws going in the background. Right now we're currently finishing the roof, the inner roof ceiling, I guess you could call it, of our front porch that we never finished when we did our porch a couple years ago. So that's priority number one. So now we won't have any more problems of getting birds' nests up in there because we had babies in the last, every year since we put the porch on, we've had baby birds and nests and things up there, and they just make a mess of things. So we had to wait till they had moved on, and now it's cleaned out, and now we're going to seal it up. So now we won't have those issues. So I have no idea where they're going to lay their eggs next year. Probably another tree around on our property. But anyways, I digress. So it's exciting. This week is really exciting. If you guys didn't already know, I had mentioned that Claire Taylor has put out yet a new baby for the beginning of a new edition, and his name is Ethan. That's the edition name. She posted pictures of just his little backside at the beginning of the week, and then now she has since shown the whole baby and also has an auction going currently, and I believe it's until tomorrow evening that the auction runs till, that she's taking bids on the baby. He is adorable. He is a completely different looking face than any of her other previous babies. It's one of the things I was saying in my video a couple days ago, is that she has this knack of creating faces that are so different from edition to edition. There's no similarities in them whatsoever, and I find that to be really, really cool, because a lot of artists out there tend to have a similarity to a lot of their faces that they create. And Claire is a genius. She manages to make them all so different. Even the faces within each edition tend to vary quite a bit, which is just based on painting, how they come out of the mold, you name it. It's so amazing to me that she's able to achieve such uniqueness in every baby. So I'm really excited. I'm excited to find out. I'm hoping we'll know who ends up being the mommy of this new baby. It's a huge, I think people are just going to be in a frenzy. And from what I've heard, there are many people very much interested in bringing home this baby. And, I think that Claire's popularity has skyrocketed in the last, I want to say, year or so. And she's been slowly growing more and more popular, but in the last year, she's really just skyrocketed, where people just cannot seem to get their hands on her babies fast enough. And she's not producing them fast enough for the number of collectors that seem to want to have her babies. And so it's created a bit of a frenzy. And, this is the interesting ebb and flow of the doll community, and how doll collecting changes and varies so much as different artists put different work out. I feel like the same type of frenzy happens for Joanna Kazmiersnak's babies as well. Every single time she puts out a baby, they're already taken. I have yet to ever really see one up for sale unless it's an auction that she did with Lulu, the last two babies that she posted. So it's really hard to get your hands on these particular artists' dolls, because there's just not enough of them to go around to all the collectors that want them. And so it creates this huge demand. It also, I think, is what's helping drive up the costs and prices of these babies, because people they want them no matter what. And so they will pay an exorbitant amount of money. I can't get that word out properly. They will pay a lot of money just to be able to bring one home, probably more than they should be paying for them, and more than most of us would say we would be comfortable paying for them. But when there's such a draw and there's such a demand for these dolls, when the artists finally put them up for sale, it's a feeding frenzy. And I feel like that's what I'm seeing with Claire's newest baby. The comments and the way people are talking about the baby, it's amazing to me. I find it to be super interesting. I am not bidding on the baby, but I think it's really neat to sit back and watch how others will try to bring home the baby. I just think it's super exciting. I really hope that the doll stays within our little community so that we can see pictures of the baby and or videos. You know, I hope that they're part of the Claire Taylor Facebook group. I love being able to see all of her work. It's really fun. But yeah, I'll be interested to see if we find out how high the price goes for him as well. I know that it's private bidding, so it's not like Claire is going to tell us what the doll went for. I know Joanna Kazmierzak has been posting what the final cost of her dolls are. I kind of wish that Claire would do the same, just so we know whereabouts in the market should they go to resell the doll in the future, just so we have an idea of what the doll originally sold for. It would just be helpful, I think. But I don't necessarily think that she's going to allow anybody to know that information. It is private, and I know that she tries to protect whoever's bidding on the doll so that everything is kept private amongst her and the collector's bidding. So, and I appreciate that, and I can respect that. But on the other hand, I want to know what the doll finally sells for, and I think this is going to be one of those controversial things where some people will want to know, and other people will be like, it's nobody's business. But it will become our business if someone should sell the doll on any of these private auctions. If they sell the doll on in the future, we're going to kind of want to know what the doll originally sold for, just so we know if we're, overspending if we buy this doll, that type of thing. I think that's the only issue, I think, with the private auctions that I really, I mean, other than the price being really high, the thing that bothers me the most about them, I think I would be more willing to be open about the private auctions if we knew the final bid. Kind of like eBay. Nobody knows who the bidders are. We just know what the final bid is, and we know what the price and the doll sold for on eBay, that type of thing. But I don't foresee that happening. I think that Claire's a very private person. She's trying to be very respectful of the collector's bidding. And like I said, I do totally respect that. I just, from a collector that may purchase one of these dolls in the future, I just kind of want to know. And I'm sure I'm not the only one in, the community that would like to know this information, but I just happen to be the one voicing it. And I know some people don't like us to talk about it. It's a very touchy subject, but it is what it is, It's out there. I chat about things that I'm thinking about. But I'm super excited for whoever gets to bring home that baby. Now, that baby, to me, in the face, looks like, which prince is he? Prince George. So he's the oldest of the royal family. He's the oldest boy. And we have Charlotte, and then we have the newest. So George is the oldest. And his facial expression of this baby reminds me of him as a baby. Something about the eyes. I don't know, something about the facial expression, everything, it just reminds me of Prince George. And I've mentioned that to a couple of my friends, and they actually agreed with me. So that's what the baby is reminding me of. Not that this baby is a portrait baby of anybody that I'm aware of. Claire has not stated that she's made it a portrait baby of anybody. So I think that it just happens to resemble Prince George to me. And has that little mischievous look on his face type of thing. So it's one of the things I tell you, Claire is genius at just creating such character in her baby's faces. I mean, it's what I love about this one here, She just has so much character to that little look on her face. And it depends on the angle to how that look comes across to me too. And I don't know, I think it changes from different angles, but I adore it. But yeah, so hopefully tomorrow night someone will be the new mommy of that new baby, and we're all very excited about it. I know there's a ton of buzz and people talking about it. We're all talking about it. I've watched the video that she put up. So if you haven't seen the video, go over to Claire Taylor's YouTube channel, and she's posted a video of Ethan and shows how his movement is. She describes him as he's the artist proof, so that she could figure out if she liked how the feel of the silicone and how it moves before she starts the addition. So it's kind of like the practice round, I think. And I think she's very happy with how he turned out. He does look very posable, which I'm such a fan of. I love when you can fold their legs up. I can do that with hers. It's easier when she doesn't have a bulky diaper on. I've noticed when she's got a disposable diaper on, her legs fold in much, much easier. But the bigger, bulky, and depending on what outfit she's wearing and how tight it is on her, it does restrict the movement of her legs a little bit. But this new baby, seems to move his legs very easily, folds them up, bends them. But she also notes that even though it's soft silicone, it's not too soft where his legs, which don't have armatures in them, they won't bend in an unnatural way. So it doesn't look like they're bending in a way that a real baby's leg wouldn't bend. This baby that she released also just has like the elbow armatures. No drinking wet, and needs a one-piece pour. So she did say, I believe, that the Edition dolls were going to be a little different. She'll probably add different features in them, including the drinking wet, and probably armatures and such. So we'll see as each baby comes out in this edition. They will probably all be so different and varying, which I love, which makes me so excited to see them as she creates them. Super exciting, guys. If you haven't checked him out, go check it out. On her webpage, she has him up, and all the information about him is on her webpage. And also, she talks about all of his information on the YouTube video. So totally check it out. And like I said, I hope we find out who the mommy is and get to see this sweet little baby. So yeah, so this is just a little chat about Claire Taylor's new baby. I'm very, very excited. I'll be watching and waiting to hear if any of my friends were able to bring him home. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I'm talking about. I had the day to myself today. It's been a dream to just kind of sleep in, go about my business, work out a little bit later than I would, spend some time with my baby girl, catch up on a few videos. So I'm totally chilling out while people are working at my house. Since, people are here, I have to at least be up and around. But I am hanging out in my nursery. I'm going to upload this video and I'm going to watch some more videos. And yeah, you'll see more of Miss Monroe and I very soon, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.